I was 17 when this happened, and to this day I still can't explain it. My parents had gone away for the weekend to visit my grandparents, leaving me home alone for 2 nights. At first, I thought it was going to be amazing. No rules, no one checking what I was doing, and the entire house to myself. The first day was completely normal. I played video games, watched movies, and stayed up way later than I normally would. By around 9 p.m., I got hungry and decided to order a pizza. I opened an app, ordered a large pepperoni pizza, and got an estimated delivery time of 30 minutes. Nothing unusual, at least not yet. About 20 minutes later, my doorbell rang. I checked the app. It still showed the driver as 5 minutes away. That confused me, but I figured the tracking was delayed. I walked to the front door and looked through the peephole. Nobody was there. The porch was completely empty. I opened the door anyway. No pizza, no delivery driver, nothing. I stepped outside and looked around. The street was quiet. The only sound was the wind moving through the trees. I shrugged it off and went back inside. Maybe some kid was playing Ding Dong Ditch. 5 minutes later my phone buzzed. Your pizza has been delivered. Now I was annoyed. I opened the door expecting to find a cold pizza sitting on the porch. Instead, there was a pizza box. But it wasn't from the restaurant I ordered from. It was completely plain. No logo, no receipt, no stickers, just a white cardboard box. I immediately thought someone had delivered the wrong order. I picked it up and brought it inside. The box felt strangely heavy. Heavier than a normal pizza. I set it on the kitchen counter and opened it. Inside wasn't pizza. There was another box. A smaller black box sitting perfectly in the center. I stared at it for several seconds. My first thought was that this had to be some kind of prank. I carefully opened the black box. Inside was a folded piece of paper. That's it. Just paper. I unfolded it. Written in black marker were 4 words. Check your back door. I froze. My house had a back door leading to the backyard, and nobody should have known I was home alone. Suddenly the entire house felt different. Quieter, like I was being watched. I laughed nervously. Someone had to be messing with me. Maybe one of my friends. I grabbed my phone and walked toward the back of the house. The kitchen lights reflected against the glass door. I couldn't see much outside. Just darkness. Then I noticed something. There was another piece of paper taped to the glass. My stomach dropped. That hadn't been there earlier. I unlocked the door and opened it. The paper was folded exactly like the first one. My hands were shaking slightly as I opened it. It read, "You're looking too late." A chill ran through me. I immediately stepped back inside and locked the door. This wasn't funny anymore. I called 3 of my closest friends. Every single one denied being involved. Their reactions sounded genuine. By now it was almost 10 p.m. I decided to ignore it. I turned on every light in the house and went upstairs to my room. About 15 minutes later I heard a noise. A knock. Not at the front door. Not at the back door. From inside the house. 3 slow knocks directly below me. I sat upright. My heart started pounding. Knock, knock, knock. The sound came again. From the kitchen. I grabbed a baseball bat I kept in my closet and slowly walked downstairs. Every step creaked. The house felt unnaturally silent. When I reached the kitchen, nothing seemed out of place. The counters were empty. The doors were locked. The windows were shut. Then I noticed something. The black box was back. The same black box that I had left open on the counter, except now it was closed and sitting in the middle of the floor. I stopped moving. I knew I hadn't put it there. For a few seconds I genuinely couldn't breathe. Then my phone rang. The sudden sound nearly made me drop it. The caller ID said, "Pizza delivery." I answered immediately. "Hello?" No response. Just static. Then a voice. A very quiet voice. "Wrong house." The call ended. I stood frozen in the kitchen. Every instinct was telling me to leave, but curiosity got the better of me. I slowly approached the black box. Inside was another note. This one said, "Look outside." I don't know why I listened, but I did. I walked to the front window and pulled the curtain aside. At first I saw nothing. Then I noticed someone standing across the street. A person wearing dark clothing, completely motionless, just staring at my house. I couldn't see their face. I quickly stepped away from the window. When I looked again a few seconds later, they were gone. I immediately called the police. While I was explaining everything, the dispatcher asked me a question. "Are you expecting anyone else tonight?" I said no. Then the dispatcher said something that made my blood run cold. "Because someone just called us from your address." I stared at my phone. What? They reported hearing noises inside the house. I felt sick. I didn't call. The dispatcher went silent for a moment before saying officers were on the way. The next 10 minutes felt like an hour. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow looked wrong. I stayed upstairs with the bat in one hand and my phone in the other. Then I heard footsteps. Not outside. Inside. Slow footsteps moving through the first floor. I locked my bedroom door. The footsteps continued, one step at a time. Then they stopped directly outside my room. Silence. I couldn't hear breathing. Couldn't hear movement. Nothing. Then 3 knocks. Knock. 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 I nearly dropped the bat. A voice came through the door. Quiet. Calm. Almost friendly. "Your pizza is here." At that exact moment, flashing red and blue lights filled my window. Police had arrived. The footsteps immediately started running. I heard someone sprint down the hallway, then down the stairs, then a loud crash from the first floor. Officers entered the house seconds later. They searched every room, every closet, every corner, but whoever had been inside was gone. They found an open basement window. The intruder had escaped. What they found next terrified everyone. Hidden behind old boxes in the basement was a small folding chair, a blanket, empty water bottles, and food wrappers. Someone had been living down there. For days, maybe longer. Watching me. Watching my parents. Watching everything. The strangest part was that the pizza restaurant confirmed they never received my order. The app showed the charge. It showed the delivery. But according to their system, the order didn't exist. No driver had ever been sent. No pizza had ever been made. To this day I have no idea who left those notes, who was living in my basement, or how they knew the exact moment I ordered food. But ever since that night, whenever I'm home alone and someone rings the doorbell unexpectedly, I never answer it.